Give me a sec, I'm fixing it now. There we go, should be able to hear us now, guys. Sam? Want me to speak again, lad? Don't know what is going on there. Try again.
Hello, 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 hello.
There we go. We're on.
Hey!
We're
And
on.
Shadows.
Oh, Shadow. What are we doing? That's good, isn't it? So we didn't even get Q3. Nothing's different there. But we're gonna go on to the tier 2 standings anyway. We'll have a look at what's going on this week. Oh yeah, he's got a quali ban, hasn't he? Yeah, quali ban. Sorry, Shadow, that's us. But here we go. These are the standings for the teams after Saudi Arabia at Jeddah. Mercedes still leading away and McLaren catching up, overtaking Ferrari, Red Bull in P4 as well, and then VCARB set in P5 in the middle of the pack, and then Jacob has stormed his way to the front, so now he's got 44 points, leading Boston by just 1 point in P2, Berger's in P3, hopefully he could get a P1 today as he's looking strong at Imola, and then Killer J in P4, but we're at Imola today, very good track, very technical as well because you got to watch out for those track limits, very difficult turns, and when we get onto the map, here we go, so it's 19 turns, 3 miles of very tricky track, you got 2 DRS zones, and the chicane is probably, well, 15-14 is probably the worst turn on the track, or 13, 12 and 11, it's very difficult there. You've got to get the braking zones right, especially on the chicane, or you're just going to be packing so many penalties within like a couple of laps. So we'll see who. Well, Sam, wouldn't you say penalties are going to be the worst thing this weekend? It's going to be sick. I can't wait. Let's go. Right, we're going on to quali, guys. Hello guys, you should be able to hear Sam now. Sorry about the audio issues today. Sam, just make sure they can hear you. Apparently they can't. Give me a second guys, the quality's underway, but let me fix what's going on. There you go, right, let's try that. See if that works. Sam, speak for us. No, it's not working. What is going on? Try again. One last time.
Hello.
There we go, we've got Sam. We've got him now.
Let's go. Hello, lads, guys and girls.
Try again for me one last time. There we go, we've got it. We've got it. We're on.
Okay, are you sure?
I think so. Very annoying.
Hello, everyone.
Not sure
Welcome
what's
back.
going on. Yeah, they can hear you. They should be able to hear you. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Amazing. Well, Vixel has just gone P1 with a 114.5. Robe currently sitting in tier 2 behind her sister teammate sort of thing. With the 116.2. Big gaps right now. Ollie P3. Can he make it into Q3 PB?
Here we go. George saying, well, everyone's here now. So George, Stars, how you doing? Hello, Jay, how you doing, bro? Donut as well. Hello, guys. Make sure we're sharing the stream as much as possible. We are aiming for partner because if we do not keep supporting the stream, well, I don't know what's going to happen with cash prizes next season. Not to put a downer on the stream, but we need to keep supporting it if we want to grow. We're aiming for partner. That is what we're aiming at. But
That's what we need.
Vixel miles ahead as well. But
Yeah.
T2, the person I want to watch is CR227. I don't even. We're just going to call him CR. That's his name.
Okay.
But he's on a debut for McLaren because DRK Evans missed too many races, so he's been sent to Alpine, and he will be starting the race next week for Alpine. So, but we've seen a couple of 5-lappers from this lad. He's very fast, and he should keep up with the top dogs in the league.
Yeah, it's actually looking really interesting right now. We had Jacob win our last time out in Jeddah by quite a distance as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jacob's been lights out. And I wouldn't say, like, the thing is, any of these drivers at the front, like, look at Boston, at Monaco, you get him in clean air, he's gone, you're not catching him. Like, people need to work on the strategies. I think that's what Jacob had locked down last week. His strategy was sound, his tyres were still alive, he was managing them very well. And it was just perfect on track. Turn 3 didn't wipe him out, so it was a perfect race for him, and should be very happy with himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm currently looking at Enders right now. That Williams looks so nice going around Imola.
Tell you what, there's some beautiful camera angles here.
Yeah.
Hey PB, check out this new helmet when I go out. Alright, we're gonna look at drip cam of Boston when he goes out. The drip cam is on.
Drip cam. TCV currently on a flyer right now as well. His helmet looks pretty nice, to be fair.
But was it the new McLaren? Must have made a few mistakes, only getting a 123. He can definitely get faster than that because he was keeping up with David and Donut the other day. So
Is it going to rain?
not
That's
a
up to
clue.
God.
Here we go. We're gonna watch Hanzo, the leading.
Hanzo.
Honestly, an amazing signing, showing us amazing skill behind the wheel when he
Yeah,
was at Jeddah.
really
But
good there.
I think he just got unlucky with turn 3. So many drivers got unlucky with turn 3. It's a shame. Like, I don't know if it's a thing down to practice or with how many safety cars came out, people were just losing focus, taking their minds off the race, and they just let it slip. And turn 3 took advantage of that. We definitely need a meme of turn 3 with just like a knife, like a hand and a knife stuck out of the corner.
Ollie, get on it.
Ollie the meme creator.
Hanzo actually really holding the car nicely through that chicane.
So I'm saying I don't see him like unless Nolly can keep hold of this lad, I don't see him staying at kick. Like I do not. There's no chance he's staying at kick.
No, he's looking really fast. He was quite clean from what we saw in Jeddah, and he goes P2 with 1:15.4.9 behind Vixel right now.
Splitting the Red Bulls as well. Well, both Red Bulls are a very strong team, and Jacobs
Berger
still.
goes P2 with 1:14.6, 1/10 behind Vixel.
That's incredible stuff from Berger. But Jacob now coming around the final turn, so we're going to see what last week's winner can set at Imola right now. As he flies down the straight, and he gets P2, taking that away from Berger. So that's going to be the podium for now in Q1.
Oh, that's close, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Let's have a look. Rule 1 quality bans outlaps are fine due to skewing setup because there's been issues where it doesn't save the setup. As long as they don't set a qualification time, they're absolutely fine. Okay, that's from the student team, so that's fine.
All right.
Welcome everyone to
Also,
the stream.
I heard a rumor, PB.
Let's go.
TTV's looking to retire.
What? Are you joking?
I just heard it through something. I don't. Yeah, might be true, might not be true.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. That's a spicy rumor. That I mean, we don't. TTV's retired from. He's left the session.
That might be internet issues. I'll invite
I
him
thought
again.
that's what you meant. Like he's just going to leave the session. That's crazy. No, through the grapevine.
No,
but
I've heard through the grapevine that he's actually looking to retire fully for the rest of the season at some point.
that is crazy. I mean, life does get in the way here at SPR a lot. We found that out, the hard way sometimes. But people have reasons.
Yeah.
Sam has just dropped absolute cinema TTV retiring. Yeah, it's a shame really because we want to see Red Bull right at the top. So the question is, what's Red Bull going to do? Who's going to come in and fill the seat out? Like, will they find someone else, or will they look at the reserves? and see if they can actually take a step forward and get a reputation built up there and start getting some
Yeah,
podium
that's the
wins.
thing. Like Red Bull is supposed to be a team that are battling for the drivers and constructors, and is Verp going to have enough time to actually get a driver that can compete?
PB, if you retire before you go out during quali and you don't put your setup on, does it keep the default setup? Yeah.
If you don't put a setup on, it'll keep default.
Yeah, Shadow's done that. Shadow's in default. For God's sake, Shadow, is there a week that goes by that you don't do something stupid? we love Shadow here,
I mean,
but
what were you expecting though, Shadow?
I'm gonna start calling him Shadow Sergeant. That's his new name. Shadow Sergeant. He should be at Williams, but I don't think Indus will accept that anymore.
No, absolutely not. Talking about Enders, currently sitting in P13, getting through to Q2 as it looks. Hopefully, but both Mercedes not setting a lap yet.
Very weird strategy there, but have they even gone out? Yeah, they have gone out. We're gonna go on with Killer J. Not yet fired up in SPR season 2, but we know he's got the potential. Like, he has had some podium finishes in season 1. He's a very strong driver and he's a great pairing for Boston as well. Both calm, cool, and collected. Can definitely bring points all season for Mercedes. So these guys are some of the top runners in the league when it comes to Tier 2. I mean, Boston and Killer J have proved the worth when they've reserved in Tier 1. They can definitely run with the bulls at the top.
Yeah, Hanzo holding that fourth position as well.
Oh yeah, Boston's helmet. We need to look at the drip.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. He has. He's got the drip again.
Stop it, Boston.
Look at that. I'm going to call him Gucci. The man's crazy. What a decider. It's absolutely
Boston
cold.
sets.
That. Boston in
I won
P4.
15.2, P4 for Boston.
If you have a look at the top, Sam, it's separated by literally 1/10 and then 2 hundredths. Well, 1.6 hundredths between 1 and 2. So Jacob's going to be hunting down. Well, you know what, to be fair, I think the top 5 now are not really going to go out again. But under that, the danger zone now with Ollie Heath, Lewis Clark, Dave, and Dart Jeddah. Dart Jeddah now on his outlap, the team principal. We know he's got some pace. He had a brilliant race at Spa. He did one of the best overtakes in Tier 2, taking down 5 cars in one move. Like, Sam, you were losing it when he did that. He was on the
he's actually crazy.
straight. He is, he's good. I don't know why he stopped racing. You know what? And I know he loves the team principal role, and he has told me that he misses racing. If I was him, and I heard, hang on a minute, TTV's leaving, or might be, Red Bull's having an open spot. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would love to see Jeddah in Red Bull. I think
there's a chance, isn't there?
Yeah, because I think with Vert behind him, the potential Jeddah has is crazy.
But can you pass up Robe like that?
That is true, because it is the sister team. Robe could move up, and Vert last night in the undercourt did say that Robe is one of the most underrated drivers in the league, and we can only agree. PB, check tyres, will do. I always get orders orders from the chat. Check the tyres now, check penalties.
Who's on mediums? Is that Indus?
I think Indus on mediums. He's not even worried. The man is on mediums and doesn't care.
My guy. I'd love some new camera types in F125.
I mean, when Le Mans comes in, just you wait. Le Mans, when it comes...
good?
Oh, bro, when Le Mans airs February 9th, save it in your calendars, it's going to be the Sunday, 7 p.m. When you see those hypercars take to the track of Portugal, you're going to be like, what is F1 lacking? Like, why is F1 slacking so bad? But really excited. We had some interviews with some of the Le Mans drivers last night, and they're really eager. You've got Greg Wallace, and then we've got Anton as well.
Greg Wallace?
Yeah, Greg Wallace, a Scottish lad.
I know someone called Greg Wallace. Isn't that guy off MasterChef?
I don't know. Is that Buttery Biscuit
I think
Base?
that's that guy that got fired off of MasterChef, isn't it?
Yeah, the cook. Yeah, I think it's Buttery Biscuit Base. But here he is. Speaking of devil, and he will appear. Greg Wallace here. Nice.
Hello, Greg.
Is an absolute.
Yeah, it is that one. Dr. Zoidberg's the one. Yeah.
See, Greg's looking pacey. So's Anton. Like, the BMW team are looking good. Toyota, though, are the team to beat 100%. Toyota is going to be very, very good. I just can't wait to see the GT3s as well. Like,
Can I
it's going
compete
to be
in
great.
this? Says 385 something. Of
Like,
course you can.
go on, Sab, tell him how you do it.
Oh, I'll tell all of you how to do it. Okay, so link to the Discord should be in the Twitch, in the stream as well. You join up there, you go to driver sign-ups, open a ticket, say whatever you want to race in. You can do Tier 1, Tier 2, you can do the new Le Mans as well. Whatever you like doing. You can do both. Both if you want. Whatever you want, and then we'll try to get you into a team. And then you can make your debut race next week.
Absolutely, because this is Tier 2. We do intend on having a Tier 3 in the future. We just got to get an influx of drivers or maybe even a merger, but we'll have to see what happens with the future SPR, but we will always remain SPR. This is founded from the ground up and it will not be going anywhere. Like this, it's like a household name as the Alpine spins out of Lewis Clark. And it's not looking good. That is definitely some tail damage. You can see chips of the wing.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have to bring that back to the pits now because those soft tires will be cooked. So that might. I don't know. He is in P15, but Dave's out for his outlap now.
Never spun there.
Well, Dave's on a fast lap, but he's impeded it, so he's going to have another go round. So
It's very easy to do, but he has enough time to get back round.
spinning next to the pit is funny. What is it? ASD? How do I, Dr. Sideways, how do I try out? Well, you just join the league, as Sam said. Join the league, go in free agent, post some time trial times. We do some 5-lappers and some practice throughout the week. Feel free to join in. This is Tier 2 right now, so if you're saying you're in top 1% in time trials, see, time trials is difficult because you can say that, but like the top 18 of Tier 1 are in the top 1% and top 3% the time trials on every track. Like, Tier 1 now is definitely on an esport level, so we'd love to have you if you show pace as well. And the thing with SPR, if you show good attendance, you got a good personality about you. You know, you support the streams, you support the server. You'll get a spot, you'll get a seat. But if you come in and show ego, you know, and just treat people badly, you're not really going to get on well here. Because it's a good community, everyone supports each other. Like, look at the guys in the chat, all the ladies and gents in the chat. They join in every week, they race every week. That's what we want, 100% attendance. Obviously, if you've got something going on in your life, you know, family, stuff like that, then we completely accept that. But not showing up for a race and just only messaging 3 days later, then it doesn't really fly well with us. Attendance is key.
You're gone.
Absolutely. Tucker time. Hello, bro. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to SPR, buddy. Also,
PB, can you just let me know something real quick?
I will.
Do we have a sponsor?
We do have a sponsor, and we'll go to our sponsor right now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So the sponsor of today's stream and throughout the season of SPR Season 2 is going to be Dubby Energy. And these guys have some of the best flavours on the market, better than some of the competitors that you usually see. I'm not going to say anything G Fuel, but you know. Very, very good. The Hydro series is amazing. It will keep you absolutely refreshed and keep you focused all the way through the race. Also, this week they're having an offer on. If you buy one of the Hydros, as you see on screen now, the Pineberry Splash, you get a tub that is 30 servings. That is right, a free tub of 30 servings. The code's in the Discord. But also, when you go to the end, when you go to the basket, you can also get 10% off on top of that by using our code SPR Racing, all caps, no spaces. You get that 10% off. That is SPR Racing, all caps, no spaces, and that will save you some money to keep in your little piggy bank. But on to the qualifying. Thank you very much, Dubby. We love you.
What a deal.
Absolutely. Free tub, 30 servings. How many races is that? I mean, I'd down 3 in a race easy.
I mean, I've ordered some, and I'm going to be drinking it before my races as well. Just you need that perk in the evenings, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the hydro stuff, it's better for you, I'd say. Like, it's mainly water, but it's very strong flavouring. I might be soft here, but I use half a scoop when it comes to stuff like that. But the shakers are brilliant. I really want to get one of the shakers. I need to get one of the shakers ordered because I only use like a crappy gym one. That's all I'll use. Evening, ladies and gents. Welcome, Team Super Jazz, back to the stream. But here we go. This is going to be who goes out in Q1. Hopefully, there's a change this week. It is David, Shadow, and Kind Fuel. Shadow and Fuel both receiving quality bans with incidents last week in Jeddah. And David just scraping a little off the time of Lewis as he survives. One Alpine goes through to Q2. So I'm very excited for now, as it's going to get closer and closer each round. You'll see the top tier drivers saving tyres or maybe even using the same ones. We don't know. Also, Haas Q2, yeah, big effort there from Ollie, carrying the team, carrying Shadow on his back. That's what you want from your team principal, driving force, and that's what he's got. So, Sam, predictions today. Are we going to see the range, I think, with it
Oh,
being dynamic?
I hope we do.
Why is that?
I'd love to see some. Oh, we haven't seen any yet, have we?
No, like I put it dynamic, and all it is sunshine. This is not Europe in real life. This is a simulation. This.
Yeah,
It's.
don't go to Europe thinking it's going to be like this the whole time, because it's not.
I mean, Italy, beautiful. We all want to live there. That's a place to retire, especially
They
Imola.
still have
It's
those
gorgeous.
£1 houses.
Spoiler, lads, there is unfortunately no rain. So once again, no rain here today, which is absolute shame.
Unbelievable.
Shush. Now, Greg Wallace obviously saying it'll come. He was probably sensing it, being Scottish, as he knows when the rain will come, because it always rains in England and it always rains in Scotland, so he can sense it. Greg Wallace, your weatherman of SPR.
You know it's going to come in Scotland, but you don't know when it's going to end.
Absolutely, he feels it. If you want the weather updates for the F1, listen to Greg. You can sense it. But here we go, Ollie Heath out
Sam will get
first.
rain tomorrow and it'll be just like a tsunami, just you watch. Yeah, probably will.
Here we go, Haas, Ollie Heath. He's got V-carb in the background going off. Not sure if that was Jeddah or Robe, but looking very eager either way. But anyway, Sam, I had this conversation with Verb last night as we were asked the question: what does Haas need to do to improve in tier 2? I mean, they asked us about both tiers, but I think tier 1, you got a perfect team there with Kappa
Tier 1's
Camps,
amazing.
Team Superjazz.
What
Yeah,
a team for Tier 1.
absolutely, definitely fighting for the top pack there, easily fighting for the top 4. I would say top 3, but you've got to pull off a miracle to be fighting those top tier teams now. It's just so close. It's too close to tell.
Yeah, but Tier 2 though, there's such a difference, isn't there, between Tier 2 and Tier 1 for Haas? Like Tier 1 is like, oh, just try and get top 5 if you can, like that'd be amazing. And then Tier 2 is just, can you get points this week?
Exactly. It's
such a big difference.
Yeah. Tier 1 is one mistake, it's over. It's absolutely over. Tier 2, you've got time to redeem your race. As long as you've got a good strategy in Tier 2, you've got points. Ollie's looking really fast here, actually. He's actually zooming as he lifts and coasts around that turn. He's going to the hairpin. Oh my god, he is absolutely flying. Heading into the hairpin now. Will he get his gears right? I usually stay in about second or third and fly straight up the hill. He did get a
that's a purple set to 1. A little bit of a snap though.
Yeah, that oversteer, destroying the car. Now, this is a hard turn. Not a lot of people think it is, but it is. You just got to get it right in that 6th gear. Heading down. The trickiest part of the track now. The down and then uphill. Keeping it in the track limits really nicely.
Yeah, did it well.
But yeah, Sam, what would you think? He's got a purple sector too. The lad's flying. Let's go, Ollie. Huge improvement Ollie. From the Haas this week.
Get your foot down.
But yeah, what would you say Haas needs to do to improve? Because there's only so much practice you can do until I don't know, something's going to change.
I think at their stage where they're both so far back from the other people, they really do just have to work together now.
See, that looked faster than a 117. Ollie can definitely get faster than that. He must have done a mistake. Well, really didn't get the camera view. Robe and Jeddah setting times. 115 for Robe, that's a fast time. Red Bull, TTV coming in 115, just scraping by the 114. But yeah, Sam, who's impressed you most this beginning of the season in Tier 2?
Oh, that's really hard. I'd probably say Robe.
Yeah, I'd go Robe or Jacob in the McLaren.
Yeah, because unlike Jacob, we saw Robe the whole of last season, and we knew where she was, like sort of as a level as a driver.
Yeah.
But she's the only person really that I've seen properly step it up in season 2. Like she's gone from that midfield driver to someone who can actually battle for wins.
So would you say that she deserves that Red Bull seat in Tier 1? Not sorry,
I'd
it's
put her straight in
Tier
it.
2. But
That Tier 2 Red Bull seat, I'll put her straight in it once TTV leaves, if he leaves.
But it's like, when are we going to have that mid-season transfer window? Because I know we were speaking about having a mid-season transfer. It's probably going to be about round 11, round 12. But it's if
Yeah.
there's an empty seat. I don't think we're going to swap drivers. It's just if there's empty seats. To pick them up and
Yeah,
get a
probably
reserve
with
in.
a few new drivers waiting for a go. Maybe they just swap positions with some of the current drivers who aren't doing as well as they wanted
Oh,
to.
Berger! He's on the grass.
Burger.
He's lost the front wing
That's
completely.
where I spun. Get a gravel on the exit and your car's gone. Needs to get out of the way now for the horse. But
So,
that's
no, it's
a hard
just
thing.
serious amount of damage there. Ollie looking very
Yeah.
uncertain on if he's allowed past or not. But let's go on with Jacob as he's on an absolute flyer. He's coming around the last 2 turns now and keep it in very nicely as he just picks up the pace now, heading down the straight, seeing what time he can set. And he's
And
going to
goes
go
P1
P1.
on 114.6.
Let's
That is
go.
crazy.
He is
Also, what I'm
taken.
going to look at real quick
Go
is
on.
tyres.
Yep, go on. I'll just be
Yep.
1 second, Sam. So you just talk to the ladies and gents.
Yep, of course. Okay, so as I thought, many people, many drivers, especially the fastest ones, they use one set of softs for Q1 and Q2. And we've seen now, you can't see on your screen, but the top 7 right now are all still on the same set of softs that they were in Q1. So these times are only improving because of track evolution and their tyres are actually worse than Q1. So Jacob, I think, is pretty much matched his time from Q1, but with tyres that are probably on about 5-6%. And Vixel's actually fallen a bit behind, which might say something about his setup being quite similar to a TT setup, because with tyre wear, it's dropped about 5/10. And I think I've bugged out, which is bloody hell. Anyway,
Here we go. I am back. Sorry, ladies and gents. When your dad
yeah,
duty
that's fine.
calls. I'm on with Killer J. Killer J's got some drip this weekend. He's gone with a purple and orange helmet, looking like the Lakers.
PB, I've gone into a race director and I can't leave it.
You. Oh! Killer J just nearly game ended himself. Do you want to leave the game and then I'll invite you back, Sam?
Yeah, I'll have to restart. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. One of the Ferraris. Well, it's the Ferrari Burger. As fuel is already out. Don't get it twisted. He got a qual ban. Ollie is absolutely cooking. We're 117. He's keeping up the pace with
Come on,
Haas.
Ollie.
I reckon to get into Q3 though, he needs to be hitting the 115, 116. Like absolutely. Actually, if any drivers are in the chat in the Twitch, could you please invite Sam when he comes back online if you're in the pits or anything like that? It'd be an immense help so we could keep the stream screen up. This is why we need free. Well, you know what we need? Live stewarding. We need a live steward to join us, like George or something for tier 2. I think. Would that be?
Yeah, just like to stay quiet for like commentating, and then if we see an incident, we just like talk to them, and then they can give their professional view or something.
Greg said, "Someone say steward." You know what, Jay? We'll actually do that. What we'll do is, if you're free to commentate tomorrow, you're more than welcome to come join me because I think it is just me flying solo on Saturdays. Imagine that Scottish commentator, be like Coltard. Let's go. Lazy. I'm gonna say lazy or Lazia. I don't. Yeah, Holska for the win. I think that's a friend of Jacob. It is. I've just read Jacob's second name. I hope I haven't butchered your name, but welcome to the stream. If you also, guys, if you're not subscribed and you hate adverts, make sure to hit that sub button because all money that you sub with goes back into the league and funds your cash prizes. And as we're running a Le Mans league as well, it also helps over there. But the more support you show, the more support we have for SPR to grow. I am rhyming like cat in the hat. I apologise, but yeah, all the support, even watching ads, anything, just watch time. Get your mum and dad on. Get the dog on his iPad.
Yeah.
Because we are aiming for partner, so we could keep funding the league. Someone, well, Georgia just gifted a sub to Greg Wallace. Greg Wallace is going to be excited in Scottish. Big man Greg. Oh, George is live stewarding. George, you should come do it with your voice though, bro. Like, just stay silent if you want, and then just join and be like, "You can't drive." But yeah, if you're not followed to the stream, make sure you do, as we really, really, really do appreciate the support. I know a lot of streams say that, but it counts a lot more here at SPR as we're a growing community, we're a growing family. We want to extend into different driving titles, as we have with Le Mans that's coming February 9th, but we also were looking at ACC Evo and ACC for some touring cars, so any little helps, just watching as well, just following. But here we go, Indus in the Williams, P10, Tax Collector not yet gone out. The strategy always confuses me with Tax Collector, as he always leaves it quite late. But here we go, Indus coming through the final turns. Ooh, very, very close to those track limits as you see the line halfway through the car. Indus into P7. Huge improvement from this lad in Williams. He is leading the way in Tier 2 in this team, it must be said. And last season, this lad scored the most points for Williams, and that's for Tier 1 as well. And he's also the team principal, so he's locking it down and showing his worth. But here we go. The brand new McLaren of Machiel. I'm going to say Machiel. Greg Wallace has gifted a sub to Jay Torpez.
Amazing.
I don't think I've ever spoke to Jay Torpez. Well, here we go. A Bonafide 18 has joined the SPR paddocks. Thank you very much, guys, for your support. Big up, Greg Wallace. Can we get dubs in the chat for Big Man Greg and Big Man George?
Thank you, guys.
Berger saying I have never had this much pressure. Well, pressure makes diamonds, mate, and we want to see that in Ferrari this week. But yeah, Ferrari not setting a lap yet. Hanzo going up to P6. Hanzo's looking very good. I mean, look at Robe now in P4, 115.
Yeah, that's only 1/10 off of P2 when you think about it.
See, maybe Verp will be looking at Robe, like,
exactly.
Not too far off.
She's a team player as well.
Absolutely, she's got good communication, and in SPR, communication's key with your team. It really is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. Orion George has just gifted a sub to Shadow. He shouldn't have given Shadow, bro. He was out in Q3. No. He's out in Q1. But the question is...
Also, PB, can you just answer something for me quickly?
Yeah, go on.
So, we've just had a few gifted subs.
Yeah.
Can you just let me know what happens with the money we get from the gifted subs?
So anything that is gifted, any funds we receive from you guys, even watching the stream, subscribing, gifting, sending bits, it all goes into the pot of SPR, and it is then given back to our drivers when they claim the championship and get in P1. When we do get partner, well, it's gonna take a long grind, but when we do get partner, then everyone's gonna start getting paid. So constructors would get paid, P1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would get paid. Staff would be paid. Do you know what I mean? Even FIA. But we're a long way from that, so all the support you can show us, we absolutely appreciate it as we continue to grow. But Boston here in P5, I hope we see some improvement out of him. Not his strongest track, as we do know, but his consistency is insane. He might not be the fastest here in qual, but well, to say that, he's only 1.5 tenths off people. Robe's already retired.
Brave.
It is, but she is see, like, who would you say is better out of the two female drivers? I don't like to compare, do you know what I mean? But Kappa Cams or Robe?
Yeah, it's hard, but because they're in different tiers, aren't they? But
yeah, Kappa Cams is pacey though.
Yeah, she's good.
George gifting bits, cheering. Let's go, George! Absolute brilliant support. So Shadow's got no ads anymore because George is so, gifted. Shadow can stop complaining now. It's only Burger to go now. Burger keeps complaining about ads. Bro has too much money. You might say that, but George is one of our highest. Well, he's head of staff, isn't he, and head of stewarding, so he wants SPR
Yeah.
to grow. He sees SPR having a future.
Where's Dark Evans when you need him?
Dark Evans is, I think he's away for the weekend. I hope he's watching this. I do miss watching him race. He's a fast driver.
Yeah, he's really good at battling as well.
He is. Here we go, Burger Sam. Burger's still not put a
Burger
drip
boy.
on. Still with a default helmet. Doesn't need drip to show that he's fast. Come on, Burger. Setting the fastest sector 2. Absolutely flying. Brilliant through the chicane there, keeping
Yeah,
it
that was
nice and
really
tight.
nicely held.
That was very, very fast. That's probably faster than a lot of the Tier 1 drivers. So now let's see if he can keep the lap together. Hopefully holding that car in. Not spinning out. Very final turn now. Empty that battery now onto the straight. Imola is a very good battery saving track.
And he sets. And he goes top with the
P1.
1.5.
Absolutely flying, the Ferrari driver this weekend. It's good to see. And once again, it's that Ferrari, McLaren, and Red Bull fight. Mercedes nowhere near to the top. You've got Robe separating everybody in the V carb, showing huge pace this weekend.
But I do have some news.
Yep.
Berger was on fresh softs.
Killer J didn't set a lap, and Luke Brazier didn't set a lap.
Berger is the
going
only
on?
driver in that top 5 to use 2 pairs of softs.
Killer J got disconnected.
Oh no.
Nobody told us. And did Evolve get disconnected as well? Because no one told us that either.
Does that mean Mercedes won't get as many points?
I'm not sure, but
Oh gosh darn it.
are you inviting both of them? Have you got
Yeah, I'm
Evolved?
on it. I don't.
Right, I'll invite Evolved now, in case he isn't in. There we go, I've invited Evolved. Oh, no, just
P9 for
invalidated.
Inders.
Okay, no worries, Evolved. Sorry, bro, I was worried then. I know you're faster than that. So, but he invalidated, he couldn't set a lap really, but it's not.
And that is Ollie just missing that last hurdle, going down to P11, getting knocked out by Dart Jeddah.
Right, so if you're Ollie now, you're the team principal, and Shadow, your partner in Tier 2, is just not even getting out of Q3. I know he's got a qual ban, but in round 1 and 2, not getting out of Q3, what do you do? Like, Sam, if you were Ollie, what would you do right now with Shadow?
I mean, you have to look at yourself and just go, either there's something wrong with my practice, or that I'm just not good enough.
The thing is,
I mean,
though,
at
in
the end of the
time
day,
trial,
you can't
he's
keep on
fast.
doing this.
In time trial, he's fast, though. This is what I don't get. He can't convert it into an actual race. Maybe the nerves are just getting too much for him. Bloody hell, 43 viewers, guys. Welcome to SPR. How are you doing? For joining us for Tier 2 at Imola. Round 4 of the 20-round championship. Well, we're racing for cash prizes here. So thank you very much for coming showing support. We appreciate you guys. But yeah, Shadow, it's like practice and time trial. He's getting faster and faster. And then race day, the nerves set in because is it because an audience is watching him? Is it because we're watching him? Putting too much pressure on him? Or is it because he's racing with his team principal and his team principal's putting better laps in than him? Like,
Yeah.
something's got to give.
That's not what you want. You see Robe, she's beating Dart Jeddah. That's what you want to see.
Exactly. Here we go. TTV's coming out. I think one of the V cabs are already out. It's Robe, already eager to start setting the fastest lap. Boston looking to get the toe behind her.
CR, though, on his debut, getting into Q3.
That's brilliant. Like, Jacob being a new team principal for McLaren as Jamie left to find different ventures, we'll say. But absolute brilliant signing. I mean, we put him in there because DRK Evans wasn't racing, so he kind of lost his seat, and we give him a different seat for when he can get back. But to get into Q3 in your first race out, like, he's got to be cool and collect. Like, he's got to have no pressure on him. He's like, oh well, I'll just come in, do my best, and see what happens. It's got a bit of mentality at McLaren.
And that's what you got to be like. You can't just take all the pressure and then do like when I come into the weekend, I just go, I'm just going to do what I can, do the best I can. If that isn't good enough, then it's not really my fault, is it?
Exactly, and it's a shame that we're not going to get any rain. Well, we don't know. We've got Greg Wallace down at the track, the weatherman, the Scottish lad. He knows when the weather's coming, so he'll let us know in the chat. when the weather's going to
Okay.
change. I believe
Inders though, Q3 again.
Inders again, yeah, absolutely brilliant show from him. Strongest Williams driver, I'd say, that there's been in a very long time. Most consistent. I know DRK's only just joined, and it's a shame what happened to Jeddah. It was a double Williams DNF, receiving no points in Tier 1. So it's a huge bump on the head from them. Like,
You know what though, PB?
go on.
When we move to Williams, if we move to Williams, this is only a rumour, lads. I'd like to have Inders right below us in Tier 2.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice, that, because he's
If you'd like to stay.
see, Inders is team principal. I don't know if I'll ever be driving again because of the commentating gig I've got here, which is a
Yeah.
shame. I mean, I'd love to drive again, but Le Mans calls me too much. Le Mans is an amazing new racing game. Well, it's not new, but it's just brilliant, and I cannot wait for you all to see that. February the 9th. I might show the advert. I'm not too sure. We'll watch qual anyway, as Robe is leading the way. Robe as well. It shows that some of these tier 2 drivers have been purposely practicing that chicane because it is one of the points on the track where you lose a lot of time. If you can nail that every race, you're pretty much going to be at the front of the pack. But also, Robe's new helmet for the V-Carb team, he's very drippy. She's got
That is
style.
very nice. The 15 flat.
We are moving to Williams. We'll see what happens. Silly season for F125. I think F125, the whole teams are going to start shifting. There's going to be new team principals on each team. Williams is my favourite, so if I'm team principal again, it's definitely I'm going to Williams. Jason saying this is stupid. I know, bro. It's a shame. But you know, if you're going to mount a recovery drive, and we know Killer J is one of the best for recovery drives, don't we, Sam?
14-1 from Jacob.
Jeez, the lad is flying.
And Hanzo matches Robe's time pretty much.
But Robe again, nearly getting into the 114. She's got pace this weekend. And to be in front of Hanzo, the new kick driver that's shown that is very racy.
Dr. Zoidberg just said, did you just say silly season? I think you hit a nerve.
Yeah. Here we go. Berger now coming to set his lap. The only hope for Ferrari here in Q3. And he's got to set a P3. Now, the only person to add to battle there, I'd say, is probably Boston and Victor. But Victor's impeded. So is Boston going around to start new laps. As the nerves started settling into some of these drivers as they go into the pit to set new tyres, but Vixel, we'll see what he's going to do as he comes around the final few turns. I mean, Sam, would you save the softs now, keep a pair of softs, because you never know what safety car could come out, or would you just be like, no, I need that P1, I need to lock it out?
To be honest with you, I never go for P1. Like if I was in this moment now and I had some spare softs and I was sitting in a reasonable position, like top 5, that's reasonable for me.
Yeah.
I'd save a pair of softs for the race.
Killer J has left the session once again. Not
I
sure.
know.
I think, Jay, if you're in the Twitch, bro, I'd just reset your router quick. You've got 6 minutes. Your router should be on by then. I'll just reset your console or PC, just so your internet's like just secured again. But yeah, Vixel now on his fast lap.
Williams top 5, I'm calling it, says Joe. I hope so.
I hope so, Joe. We're huge Williams fans here. I mean, I'm a Sainz fan in real life as well. So him going to Williams, it's a GG from me, because one of his interviews, it had me and the missus absolutely loving. He was like, I've come to the cinema and there's no popcorn. I love popcorn. And he was just staring like a ghost into the camera. There's nothing behind those eyes. Cool. I love him so much. Sainz, like, out of all the drivers, it's Sainz and Alonso that I'd definitely go with me. I couldn't care about anyone else. I'd be like, no, I need to go give popcorn to Sainz. He deserves it.
I want to see Adrian Newey work magic with that Aston and get Alonso to the top.
Yeah, we need another Alonso podium, though. Joe, bloody hell, Victor hitting the pit, causing damage to the Red Bull. As you see the carbon fibre fly across the pit. What is going on?
We've just got news saying that Victor was invalidated as both of his laps.
Right, so he is definitely getting attacked by the nerves. The nerves are hitting him.
Yeah.
I think, you know what terrifies Vixel? It's got to be Ferrari and McLaren. And Verp over his shoulder as well. Verp's a tough customer, especially with him being a team principal. He wants the best from Red Bull. And so far, Red Bull's not been producing. I mean, the best driver out of Red Bull Tier 1 and 2 is definitely Donut. The recovery drive that lad did at Jeddah to get P2 was insane. And if he didn't have that penalty, I definitely think he could have mounted an attack for the P1 finish. Incredible driving from that lad. Definitely a driver to watch out for. Don't have volume on the stream, have it on for the support but silent. Yeah, absolutely. If you are racing, make sure to just keep the stream up. Just have it on mute and concentrate. Don't get nervous. Don't listen to us. That's the best advice. And if you're not racing, make sure you stick here and tell us who your favourite driver is. And also, Sam, while you're the moderator, or Mrs. PB, while you're moderator, could someone put a poll in the chat to ask who's going to get pole? Actually, I can do it on my phone as well. So we're going to put a poll up. That's what we're going to do.
Can you show me how?
So you go to your phone.
Yeah.
Go on Twitch. I don't know what moderator view is like because I just get something completely different. So, oh my god, I just heard my voice. I hate my voice. Right, so, oh dude, knocks me sick. Right, so we're gonna have a poll up. Who's taking pole today? So make sure you got your paddock points that are ready. So here we go, Sam. Talk us through Vixel's lap. What's going on with this Red Bull driver today?
Vixel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's just got a normal case of just going out and just blasting it as fast as he can for his out lap, for his first lap, and then slowly realising I've invalidated on my first lap. I'm actually gonna. It's all gonna go down to my last lap now. Because what you need to do is just set a banker, make a safe lap that you can just sit back on just in case you do invalidate your fastest lap. But now everything relies on this one lap that he's doing now as he goes through the first few turns.
Sorry guys, I've started a poll. The screen went grey, my phone weren't working. It's annoying, I need to update the Twitch app. But there we go. Vixel out on his fast lap now.
And he is looking fast.
This hairpin as well. That is very fast for the hairpin. That's definitely a lifting coaster. Feathering of the brakes on the exit as he zooms up the hill now. It's got to be 6th gear. This is another turn that a lifting coast on. This is where I'd feather the brakes onto the downhill now. I just completely let go of the accelerator there. When you hit the 100 board, it's just like, let it flow.
Yeah.
You just got to get in the groove of Imola, and then you won't really get track limits.
We still have 3 drivers not setting. And that's invalidated.
He's invalidated again. It's 2 minutes. He needs to get around. What is he stopping for? He needs to go now. He needs to save that battery and he needs to go.
I don't think he has the fuel for it. That's why he's slowing down now. He only has the fuel for one more lap.
We need an update from the Red Bull garage. But once again, Red Bull fumbling the bag. Well, one of the drivers anyway. TTV locking it out at the top with P2. But the Q3 is not over.
I think he's just gonna have to try and do it this lap.
Jay has left the session again. Jay, you need to restart your console or your PC or whatever it is, bro.
And Indy's coming to the chicane. Does it very, very decently.
He has improved a lot.
Yeah.
Well, who takes pole today? Looks like the audience yourselves has picked Jacob in the McLaren. But everyone's
still
on a lot more lap.
Oh, he's invalidated on the last.
Oh, Inders, come on! He's going in changing
and that
tires.
is Inders out of qualifying.
Right, Vixel now on the uphill. He's already gone past the hairpin. He's got to do something now. Verb will not be happy. I would love to hear what he's saying right now. I'd love to be a fly on that wall in the pit.
I mean, this probably isn't going to be top 3 because he started it on 44% ERS, but I think he might be able to get P4.
Don't play 0. Very upset with Williams getting track limits. Welcome to the stream, guys. Love seeing the SPR support. We love seeing you every weekend. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There we go. Vixel, final turn.
Coming around the last corner now. What can you do? Just goes P4, just like I predicted, with a 114.6. That's very decent for 44% ERS.
But Boston as well, not yet setting a lap for Mercedes, and Killer J having connection issues and not being in here as well. 15 seconds left. Hopefully Jay can reconnect. I have told him to reset his console. If
That's
all
Jacob leading the pack, though.
It is Jacob leading the pack. The chat might be right, but Boston's still on his fast lap. He's got 14 seconds to get round to the finish line, and I don't think he's going to do it. I reckon it's going to be about a P6.
Jacob improves to a 13.9.
Holy, that lad is zooming.
That is 5/10 ahead right now.
Here comes Boston. Boston in
P5 for Boston.
Indus gonna finish in P10. Not setting a lap.
CR goes 8th on his debut.
That's good.
He'll be happy with that.
Absolutely.
TTV stays second. Oh no, it's just gone around the last corner. That's my bad. TTV now coming across the line. Berger goes PT with a 14.2, and TTV knocks him down.
TTV showing his worth with a Red Bull, saying, "You know what, Vixel might not have turned up this weekend, but I have."
Yeah.
Why are you retiring, bro? Well, it must be something in real life, because if it's him doubting his skill, he's a very silly sausage. That's a silly sausage drop in the stream as well. Don't like saying naughty words like that. As we go through to the race, we're going to play the Le Mans advert, guys. February the 9th.
Let's go.
Hi guys, welcome back. How are we doing? Are we all excited now for this race?
Damn, that advert is actually banging.
Thank you very much. I did that in 30 minutes, panicking. I was like, I need to make the stream, the undercut, very good for everyone.
Well, you did us proud. And now, Tier 2, Imola, SBR, third race of Season 2. Come on. We are counting down the seconds to when this race starts, and here we go.
And here we go, and it's 5 lights, and away we go here at Imola. Round 4. No, it's round 3. Round 3 in Italy. The blunders already. Here we go. Jacob taking the lead. Absolutely. Jacob in the lead now. TTV keeping it in P2. Berger looking for an inside turn. Boston moving up a position on Vixel as well. Brilliant move. Vixel with an answer back.
And Killer J down to 16th with his front ring actually. Flinging off.
Look at the pace from the Mercedes driver at the front. Boston as well. He's absolutely zooming. Robe as well. Looking for an attack from the outside. Going on the inside. Keeping it in third. Flying up the hill now. Huge movement to the back. Killer.
And there's a crash.
There's a huge crash.
Has spun.
Damage. Is the damage on the kick? There is. The front left wing has gone.
Yeah.
So Lewis as well, not looking good. Tyre strategies as well at the bottom of the screen. Powered by AWS. Sponsor us, Amazon. But not much change there. Jeddah as well. Some very questionable turn in on the
Hanzo down to P11 there with that chicane.
Very strange. It's a huge crash.
Oh, and there's a big
Williams
catch collector into the wall.
It was Jeddah as well. Jeddah looked like he scores him too much on the outside. It's going to be no right wing for the V-carb. The team principal, that was shocking.
Yeah, that is massive damage there for Jeddah.
It's good to see no cars have wiped out. Not going to be a safety car, which is very strange. But back to the front of the pack. Jacob still holding that P1. Berger attacking ruthlessly on the Red Bull. But TTV's, we know he's a very good defensive driver. He can definitely hold this P2 for quite a while. Vixel
and climb you up to P11.
Also, Killer J with a huge recovery drive for Mercedes. There was also a car that just flew into the gravel.
That is
It
Inders.
was that. It was Inders. The Williams having an absolute mare this weekend. Ollie Heath up into P10 in the Haas. Showing incredible pace. He's got a statement where he was like, you know what, Haas isn't as bad as everyone keeps saying. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. As he is hunting down the Ferrari of kind fuel. Like, this pace increase from the Haas this weekend is crazy. But Hanzo just behind him, looking for an overtake, but he's going to...
And that is Shadow with a 3-second time penalty, the first of this race in lap 2.
I'm sorry, but Ollie Heath... Like, he's zooming this weekend, keeping the kick Sauber at bay. Hanzo evolved. Here we go.
And we now have DRS enabled going down the first straight.
Here we go. See if there's any overtakes in this front three. Absolutely ruthless. TTV looking on the inside. He's going to get the overtake on Jacob.
Is Berger going to go for it as well? Berger looking at the back off a little bit, but that's TTV into the lead.
It is. There was a brilliant overtake on the straight. Jacob
Can Berger now go for it on the McLaren?
I think he might play it safer. The only overtaking option now is on this hairpin. Will he send it?
I don't think so.
He's not. He's going to play it safe. As you see the tyres burning of Red Bull. Is TTV now 7 tenths ahead of Jacob in the McLaren?
Yep, it's that front 6 all remaining in DRS of each other. Boston just hanging on 9 tenths behind Vixel. But they're all just putting away right now from CR on his debut. 3.4 seconds behind.
Killer J though, PA, he's catching up quite well.
Yeah.
He's hunting down Martial, the new McLaren signing. He's looking very strong actually. There's been another crash.
Oh,
Jeddah off again.
That was on his own. He was 3 seconds ahead of Tats. That must have been on his own.
Needs to start locking in and keeping it together as he's falling majorly behind now.
TTV with fastest lap 16.6. That might stay, might not.
We're on board with Berger now as he's hunting that P2 again. Jacob holding on. Berger is being very patient. He's definitely looking for a P1, P2 finish this weekend. Absolutely tired of that third step. And I don't blame him. He's the strongest when it comes to claiming podiums, but that P1 has always eluded this lad. And it's what let him down in Season 1 as well. He lost the crown there and then.
Well, if he does win, that'll be his first ever win in SBR, won't it?
It will indeed. But Ollie Heath now dropping to P10, but showing consistent lap times. He has got the pace, he's just got to hopefully have his strategy right this weekend.
Wow, look at this now. Robe versus Boston. Boston has dramatically fallen off of the DRS from Vixel, and Robe is looking to make the overtake.
Robe looking very strong again. Maybe Red Bull will have their eyes on Robe as she's trying to pull a fake manoeuvre as they fly through the chicane now on the inside. Might have had a better exit than Boston, but Boston is holding that middle.
Don't overtake him. Don't overtake him. Get that DRS. Now.
Boston holding on for dear life with the.
That's really well played by Robe there. She still gets the DRS, but she puts him off his line.
Honestly, the racecraft from Robe Season 1 dramatically increased her talent here in SPI. She's got the DRS now on Boston. Easy
Jacob on the outside.
Here.
They go side by side into third one. TTV squeezed him, but it's clean. That's very good from TTV.
Robe up into P5 now. Now can she retain it? But Boston now with a switchback. Brilliant answer from the Mercedes driver as he stays in P5. He's got to start making
Ollie
a move
with a 3 second time penalty. Both Haas drivers now with penalties.
Something's got to happen in Haas. It's lap 5. 27 laps to go, and we've already got penalties. It's insane. Yeah. I mean, Imola is tricky, but come on, Haas boys, fix this.
Keinfeld to P9 as well, looking very strong in his drive back up to the top.
He is, but both these lads, Killer J and Keinfuels, they are mounting a very good recovery drive, but even Shadow making up 3 positions as Jeddah Tax Collector and Lewis are falling back, but Lewis is he's actually climbing through the time now, catching up on Shadow, but there's not really that many gaps going on.
3 second time penalty.
Here we go, we're back on with Robe, Sam.
Let's go. Opening our DRS now. And across the line, looking to make another overtake on Boston. Can she do it? Doesn't really have enough energy to get that extra speed. Boston, I think, is burning. He is just to stay in front. And he does manage to.
Boston, see,
Boston with a 3-second time penalty.
that's crazy. That is absolutely.
And Robe goes up the inside. Will there be a crash? Needs to be careful now as Robe cutting the corner there a little bit.
Definitely track limits.
Can she go for a heel on the hairpin? Is she going to switch back? She goes around the outside.
Keeping it nice and clean. This is a brilliant duel from these two drivers.
And she's looking for it again.
She is. This duel is brilliant, but it's also costing Boston time. Like,
yeah.
Do you just
CR's catching?
Exactly. Like, do you just let the V-carb driver Robe go past and just start trading DRS as you fly through the track, or do you just keep this defense up, wait for the strategies to come through as we're going to pit? That is some of the cleanest driving we've seen here in SPR. That's side by side through the chicane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
That's amazing.
Some drivers struggle going through on their own, but to have a full car next to you, she's going around the outside now. Boston once again holding her off. No, there's a contact of wheels. Robe's going to take the lead now, but that is going to be the DRS for Boston.
Robe took DRS. Robe got DRS. Boston's burning just to try and stay near her. Is he going to go for it now into turn one? I think he has the room to. Goes straight into the back of her. There's no movement there from the V-carb. We can't blame her.
Killer J and Canfield are also battling. Hanzo now has started climbing up. There's a battle between these three lads here. Should usually be finishing in the top 10 in Q3. Obviously, the qual ban. I don't know what happened to Hanzo in lap 1, but
Vixel looking for an overtaken burger.
Yeah, let's go to Vixel. Go to the front. Red Bull and
They're
Ferrari.
going to go side by side.
Every weekend these lads going to be dealing. We did see an incident last week, but I think this is a new rivalry for Season 2. These lads, off track, they're okay. Like, they get on well. On track, they're at each other's throat. There's the oversteer now on the Ferrari. Vixel easily gaining on Berger's mistake there. As we see Jacob now dueling TTV at the front. Very strong from this McLaren driver, but also his teammate mounting a recovery drive who's looking to overtake Boston. Robes fell off a bit there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happened to Robe, but she's managed to fall behind the McLaren driver.
Here we go.
Of CR on his debut. Can CR go for the overtake in Boston? That's another time penalty for Shadow, now to 6 seconds.
See, Jacobs just come into P1. Fuel and Hanzo dueling. Killer J now falling behind them. But that's Hanzo overtaking the Ferrari in turn 1. Some risky overtakes here, but they are paying off.
Well, with a 50% race, it's a lot shorter than 100%, obviously, but every overtake matters.
Robe is also fighting the McLaren as well. Like, there's little pockets of dueling. And it's all little pockets of, like, free cars. Even the Aston Martin at the back, David and the second Kick Sauber, they're having a duel. Not sure what's happened in Aston Martin camp this week, but they've not got 2 drivers in. Same with Alpine. It's a shame to see.
Yeah, we're also seeing Canfield actually really struggling to stay in that DRS of Hanzo, who's now just fallen out of it.
PB Cat, what's that? I haven't even. What? When was Scythe not in the race? No one tells us. You gotta tell us. Can you get Lewis back in, Sam?
Yeah.
You gotta start telling us, guys. You've got to start telling us. But back to the race. Robe. She is having a lot of duels this weekend. The attacking and defending from her has increased. Representing the female audience, showing that, hang on, female drivers, we're strong as hell too. We are fast. But she's definitely going to be on the main Red Bull team's radar. She's got the pace, 100%. I tagged you guys. Yeah, I don't have Discord open when I'm streaming.
Yeah, same. It doesn't say you're online.
Robe 2/10 behind. There's been a caution. That is the Kick Sauber of Luke. Deep in the gravel. Absolutely deep in the gravel. But Shadow Pulse now, will he catch up? Well, looking like he's struggling right at the back. Still in P15 though, but looking very slow. Through the hairpin as well.
Canfield dropping back 2 seconds in that lap to Hanzo. And Hanzo now in the DRS of the McLaren.
But it's like Killer J as well. He's dropped as well, or is it just Hanzo's pace? That
Jacob takes the lead.
so
Berger
Berger up
goes
into
into second.
P2. Oh, risky over that curb, staying in the track limits though. He is flying again. These four have shown some of the best racing in the whole of SPR. I can only hope that Le Mans and Tier 1 have the same results when we go into the future streams of the races. Like, it's just brilliant from these lads at the front. Even
Yeah.
P5, 6, and 7, and now 8, as Hanzo now joins the fight. This is in the DRS of Martial. I can't stop saying his name like that. But
Martial.
Martial. Oh, Martial!
Robe with the 3 seconds and Kyle with the 3 seconds.
Penalties are going to start building up. Emily's very tricky.
And TTV goes off a bit there. Snap of oversteer, and through goes Vixel, his teammate.
So it's McLaren P1, Ferrari P2, and then a double Red Bull and Mercedes. Mercedes this weekend, Sam. What
Vixel
is
locks
going
up.
wrong?
Mercedes.
Yeah, what's going wrong with Mercedes this weekend?
Well, Killer J 3 second time penalty. There you go. That's what's going wrong. But Killer J had a really bad qualifying. Obviously disconnected. That's his problem. And then Boston just doesn't look like he has the pace today. And Berger's up to P1.
See, what I'm curious about now is what's the race strategy now with Red Bull? Because both these lads are showing pace. TTV struggled a bit with the track going into the gravel, but Vixel is very, very pacey today. Does he just let Vixel go ahead and just stay in the DRS train? Or is going to give TTV the nod to take over Vixel and start fighting for that P1 again?
Well, I think when you look at it, Vixel is more likely to be one that gets a bit desperate and a bit more aggressive towards the end of the race. So I feel like you need to try and get Vixel ahead as fast as possible, so you sort of prevent him from making those mistakes, crashing into other drivers.
Berger
But
up into
TTV
P1
can
as
sort
well.
of do that thing where he battles through. So get TTV in first and get ahead,
Busted.
and then let TTV do his own thing.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And it's like Berger's overtook now, and Jacob they've nearly broke DRS. These two lads at the front now showing that they're in a different league
Does
when it
Vixel
comes
have
to
DRS?
pace. I'm not too sure. We'll see.
I don't think he does.
He has. He's only just got it though.
He has.
He's going to be burning that ERS as well. The battery going to be completely drained to keep up with these two. Jacob on the inside now. Very close driving there. Brilliant overtake once again from the McLaren. But with people saying
David.
Jacob's tier 1, I honestly, these top 5 might be. Top 8 might be tier 1. But you put these guys into tier 1, they're not breaking top 10.
No.
Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Is this a Senna-Prost battle? It looks like it's going to be because Berger, you know what? His attitude-wise on track, he is very Prost-like. And Jacob, I'd say he's very Senna-like. He pushes that car to the absolute limits.
As we also see now, Berger just a snap of oversteer there. Jacob is now catching up with a back marker.
I think that's a back marker of Alpine. Not sure Lewis has got back yet. But Dave up into P12 now, the Aston Martin, but penalties all for this bottom row, which is quite insane. Robe's still fighting again as she overtakes the McLaren. Fighting Boston now. Robe has improved a lot. But Martial now in P8 dropping back a bit, made a mistake on the chicane.
And Jacob goes into the pits, so does Berger.
Berger
So
might be
does
following
TTV.
strategy. Yeah, there's definitely a strategy train going on. Vixel's been given the order to
Robe
try and
with
do
another
the
3
overcut.
second time penalty.
Do you know what? We're going to stay on with Vixel in this overcut. We're going to see what he can do.
Yeah.
Because
He needs a really good lap here.
Let's get the lap data up.
And there's a McLaren that's spun, and that's CR. That's CR in the grass.
Inder's now coming up behind him. CR's going to go into the pit to try and save some time, but Inder's up into P10 in the Williams. Let's go. P9 as he overtakes everyone in the pit. He also needs a fast lap now on these mediums. He needs to set him alight.
Yeah, Kyle into the pits, following Hanzo.
Multi 21. Here we go, though. I tell you what, Inders is looking strong again this week. I know he's got that
Yeah.
3-second penalty, but he's still looking good for Williams. It looks like he has been in the dirt. I think he did actually. He went gravel quite early
Yeah.
in the race.
He
Shadow
did go
picking.
off road then for a little bit.
Shadow.
9 seconds now for Shadow.
Yeah, something needs to happen with Haas. Vixel now into the pits as he kills the sign. The poor little sign. What are the strats then?
How is this overcut? Does it serve him well? We see the McLaren, the Mercedes, not the Mercedes, the Ferrari and the Red Bull all coming around the last corner.
Yeah, no. Imola is
They're
a very
easily going to
long
get him
pit.
here.
Imola is a very long pit.
He might even be out of DRS.
Inder's now in the pit. Everyone
No,
going
he's
in the
not.
pit. Yeah,
But Berger.
can we have a minute's silence for the Imola pit limit sign?
But look at this front four now. They're all out of DRS from each other.
Yeah, Imola's a really tricky pit to get right.
Vixel, 3-second time penalty.
The penalties are coming in for these tier 2 drive. Again, though, Imola is insanely tricky. You're going to get penalties here, even the tier 1. Anyone gets penalties.
And there's a Haas in the gravel.
Which Haas is that? It's not Shadow, it's Ollie Heath in
It's
P10.
Ollie.
You know what? He gets out of the gravel really quick and off he goes again. Still staying on the mediums for 13 laps.
That's TTV with a 3-second time penalty. Both Red Bulls now on penalties.
Absolutely huge for Ferrari, but Fuel's on the time penalty and is really far behind that front pack. There's nearly a full pit behind.
Is that 9 seconds now for Robe?
We'll have a look at penalties now and see how good it is. Well, see how bad it is, sorry. So that's going to be 9 seconds for Killer J. That is a shocking thing to say. Jacob now up into P1 and Berger going to be following in P2. But TTV and Vixel, both Red Bulls with 3-second penalties. Boston with 6, Robe with 9, Fuel with 3, Ollie Heath with 6, Indus with 6, Tax Collector with 3 seconds, Dart Jeddah with 3, David 3, Luke Brazier 9, and Shadow with 9 also. But that's another penalty for Jay. That is 12 seconds. And
PB, I have got something to
contact
ask
between
you.
Jay and Berger.
Damn.
That was huge contact between Jay and Berger. Jay also being a pit behind as Berger's going to be possibly infuriated by that as they're on different strategies. He's being held up big style by this Mercedes as he's trying to overtake him yet again as they head into the chicane.
Careful, Berger.
Take your time.
He goes for it.
He's gone for it. He's not the Mercedes off track. Maybe a penalty there. We don't know. But that was.
I have got something to ask you, BB.
Go on, let's go.
You know when Vixel took out the board?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I'm not too sure. We'll have to talk to stewards with that. Is it property damage with a track? I don't know.
No, because he's knocking out the meter board that tells you where to brake, and if you don't brake in time, you get a 10-second time penalty, don't you?
So I'm not too sure. I'll have to look in the FIA rulebook for that one.
Yes, it's a weird one.
It really is. But Hanzo, the Sauber driver, he's looking really good. Not got any penalties, and he's gone up into P5 now. Everyone moving up a place as Killer J's in the pits. But
that's a 3-second time penalty for Berger.
Now does Jacob have a penalty? Will a penalty come for the McLaren driver? Maybe.
And that's Kindfield and free air now as Killer J messes up his strategy dramatically. 12-second time penalty as well as Kindfield catches up as much as he can to Robe. It is against the rules, however, it's not on our rulebook, says George. All right.
Robe once again battling Boston.
Yeah, Kindfield should be able to catch up with him now with his battering.
These two have just been battling all race. As long as she looks on the inside of the downhill, what an overtake from Robe.
What an overtake from Robe.
That was possibly the best overtake she's done in this league. That was really risky, but it paid off as they head into the chicane and she's ahead of the Mercedes.
Jacob with fastest lap.
What an overtake. I don't think Robe's got, excuse me, friends, but it's no shit's given from the V-Cab this weekend. She doesn't care who's in front of her, she's going to fight you.
She's here to fight. She looks like that's what she's here for. Maybe she knows about something to do with TTV, trying to prove herself a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, that overtake alone would get a seat in Red Bull. Like that was crazy. Jacob should
Yeah.
be tier 1, cough cough. But then so should Vixel, Berger, TTV, Hanzo, Boston, Robe, Fuel, Killer J. Like they
It's
should all be
really well
tier 1.
taken from Robe. Can she look for an overtake? She tries to switch back on the Mercedes, just caught the curb, loses traction a little bit.
These two are just going to be doing to the very last lap.
Yeah.
Is she going to look
Can
for
Robe
this
do it again?
overtake
She goes for
again?
the outside. Can she do the switch back going into here?
No.
She can't. She
Boston's
covers
learned
it.
his lesson.
Robe with another 3-second time penalty takes it up to 15 seconds. She has the most penalties out of everyone today.
Yeah, it's really tricky. I mean, tier 1 drivers, the most we've seen was 43 seconds by one of the ex-drivers of the league. Absolutely shocking race from them. And then it was like 21. But it is a
Yeah.
test. Imola's a real test of how far you can push the car and keep it in those track limits. But Hanzo and Jacob, and even the new McLaren driver, Marciales, like those three drivers are doing very well
And
keeping it
TTV's in
clear.
the gravel. That's not TTV.
It's
That's the
not.
Haas.
Is it the Haas again?
That's another
It was
Haas.
Shadow. But Kind Fuel, I think the Hasses are being lapped because that is Berger. Yeah, the Hasses have now been lapped. Something needs to change at that Haas camp. They need to be getting more competitive than this. You cannot be getting lapped. Right. After pits as well, Sam. You can't be lapped.
No, there's no way. On a 50% race, you can't be that. I mean, 100% maybe.
Yeah.
But still, there has to be a big skill gap.
Right, now we see Vixel hunting down the back end of Berger on this DRS straight. Berger going to be out of DRS as well from TTV. It's going to be an easy overtake on the inside here. Actually, they're going wheel to wheel, but very well executed from Vixel.
And it's another Haas gone.
Another Haas overlapped. What do you do here, Sam? Like, is it a point where the
Rebuild.
league is it a point where the league steps in?
Honestly, that gets to a point, because it's Ollie's TP, he's not going to kick himself out, is he? So I think it might have to be a thing where the league has to step in.
See, like one of the staff said it well the other day. It's like team principals have got to start seeing this as a competition because you are racing for a prize at the end of the day, and it's what you're going to pick friendship over winning. And I was like, I get that, I totally get that, but you do want to have a strong bond in your team. But when you see
Yeah,
stuff like now teams being lapped and stuff, maybe it is time for a change.
yeah.
But that's nothing to do with us. That's the team principal's decision. So.
Now Berger and Vixel, even Vixel looks quite desperate to catch up to his teammate now.
But we do have information here that Shadow's knee is killing him. He is injured.
It's not his shoulder anymore.
No, it is his knee. I think he did his ACL or something, he said.
Alright.
Boston again picking
Boston
up
with the 3
penalties.
second time penalty.
Berger and
Takes up to
Vixel
9.
battling back into P3. It's all about penalties now. But Hanzo and
Berger,
Jacob,
come on, man.
another penalty. But Hanzo's looking really sweet now to get a P2 finish. Kicksauber got a P1 and a P2. They got a 1-2 shutout in Abu Dhabi last season.
Yep.
I think Hanzo now just needs to pick up the pace. He needs to start climbing.
Absolutely. Robe still fighting Boston.
Sam, I'm going to stay on board with Vixel and Berger. I'll be right back. I'll be like 3 minutes.
Alright. There's a yellow flag, and I think that's a. It was Dark Jeddah. Dark Jeddah went off, just so all you know. Vixel, yeah, he's currently just looking to overtake Berger now in the DRS section that's now coming up. It's been a super race right now. Hanzo with a 3 second time penalty. Only 2 drivers right now without penalties, and that's CR on his debut, and Louis, who is disconnected, so that doesn't really count. Vixel, is he going to be close enough? I think he might be. He goes to Berger actually lets him pass now. I don't think they really want to properly battle because they want to be able to catch up to these leaders. As Vixel's only 2.2 seconds behind now, so this DRS swap in between the Red Bull and the Ferrari is actually working to catch up to TTV as TTV drops back from Jacob. And now Lap, Evolved Lap as well, is off in the gravel. 1.8 seconds. What's happening with TTV? Maybe he's struggling a little bit on those tyres. He is sliding a little bit. Also, you can't see that because you're currently on Vixel. And oh no, you're on Berger. Okay. Yeah, Berger 6-second time penalty. So if he was to actually somehow beat Vixel and TTV, he'd actually have to be 3 seconds in front of them by the end of the race. If they maintain these penalties right now. Boston and Robe still battling, but it doesn't really matter right now because Robe has 6 extra seconds of penalties in Boston, so they're not really battling for position. Vixel now 2 seconds behind TTV, just 1 second out of that DRS. Once in that DRS, it's position, and Dark Jeddah has actually DNF'd in the pits. He's retired in the pits. Okay. I'm not really sure what's that about because he might have had a chance. Vixel killed me on lap 1. Yeah, we did see that. We did see you two crash on lap 1. I honestly can't say whose fault it is right now because I haven't seen POVs, but I'm sure we'll get to that. But at the end of the day, Dark Jeddah, you can still stay in. There might be a safety car. Yeah. Is that who's been yellow flagged? Is that Jeddah on track right now? Jeddah's on track, so it's not his fault, but his car is on track and retiring, and it's gone now. It's gone.
Right, I'm back. Lads, I might retire in a few laps. I just can't carry on because of an I shouldn't even be racing because I have a slightly torn ACL. No worries, dude. If you have to retire, please retire in the pits.
Yeah, Dark Jeddah has just retired in the pits.
Why is Dark Jeddah retired?
I don't know.
Why is Jeddah retired? The car could still go.
Don't
know. George is asking for an invite so we can get results at the end.
Alright, but we are actually seeing right now, PB, Vixel and Berger are DRS swapping to catch up to TTV.
And they actually are gaining quite a lot.
Yeah, they are.
Is Robe and Boston once again just fighting? Huge gaps now. What has gone on? Has there been a safety car? Like, there needs to be a safety car now to get this back competitive. The time drop-offs are just insane.
Yeah, Jacob's really putting out now on TTV. 1.6 seconds to TTV now, Vixel. Vixel might actually get DRS on this Williams, who they're about to lap. And it's tax. It is tax.
That is absolutely right from George. Jeddah, it's never over until the last lap, mate. Absolutely. If your car could still go, and especially being a reserve for your team this week, you should have finished the race, mate. You should have.
Vixel is he gonna get DRS? I'm not sure if he got it then because the other car backed off, and Vixel spins a little bit, catches it very nicely. Vixel does get DRS, and that might allow him to get into the DRS of TTV.
See, if anyone's going to catch Jacob, it's definitely going to be Vixel and Berger.
Yeah.
They're battling, but it's fast. Like, they're not slowing each other down. They're just full sending it. Look at them.
They are going for it right now.
Well, let's take a look at penalties anyway. 3 seconds for both Red Bulls still. Luke Brazier picking up another penalty as we're looking at them. Shadow
and someone's just retired in the pits.
That is Shadow Pulse in the Haas, yeah.
Okay.
Can't carry on due to his injuries. Maybe he needs to just take a couple of weeks off and get a new driver in until he's healed. Yeah. He needs to have a month off or something like that.
PB, George also wanted you to read something in the channel, in the chat.
Yeah, I'll make sure to look at the results, don't you worry.
Can Vixel get into that DRS? He can't make it this lap. It's only 2/10 out of it now. Berger's still hanging on to his back wing. But he does have that extra 3 seconds of penalties, sadly.
The penalties are getting crazy.
Is penalties going to ruin his race again?
I think penalties will ruin Berger's race again. It always seems to be the case every weekend. But it seems to be the case for a lot of these drivers. I mean, Kind Fuel are now 5 seconds behind Robe, but with 6 second penalties as
Through
well.
goes Berger.
Great overtake from the Ferrari.
Berger's
But
really capitalised on that now because now he's in the DRS to TTV and can make that position change.
was this a master plan from Vixel though? Because he is still in that DRS. He's just a bit of a lock up there on the rear tyres, and
I'm not
again
really sure if
huge
this is a
lock
great
up.
team plan right now from Red Bull because all he's done is drag up that Ferrari with him who can get a position off of these two Red Bulls. Where
Absolutely.
they were 10 laps ago was Berger and Vixel sitting, like 5 seconds behind, and Red Bull still would have had a double podium. Whereas now, he's brought Berger into this battle now as well.
See, it's a shame that Robe's got 15 seconds because the battle between Boston and Robe has just been one of the best we've seen in quite a while. But look at the time gaps between everything. Everyone's falling off from each other, and I don't understand how or why.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Like, it's crazy, the time drop offs. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Can they now make a double overtake on TTV? I think they might actually.
Burger from the inside.
Are they going to go
Oh,
side by side?
TTV
Vixel
that
does
looked very
just get it.
risky. He's off. He's off.
Oh, and he
He's
goes
off
very
tracks. He's
late.
in the gravel. TTV not
Can
giving his
Berger break this
teammate the
DRS
space.
now?
But he's out of it. Berger's out of
He's
it. It's a
broken it.
second.
Go on, Berger, run!
Ferrari driver now up in P2, but Red Bull, what is
I
going on
told you
there?
this is not a good plan by Vixel. He's just dragged up that Ferrari driver with him, and he's brought him back into the battle when he wasn't in it.
The thing is, though, the only hope for Berger now in P2 is both Red Bulls getting another penalty. He's got 6 second penalties, they've got 3. It's good that
I
he's...
mean, the Red Bulls just have to DRS swap now to get back up to Berger.
Exactly, he needs to start picking up the pace if he's going to have a chance at podium, because right now he's out of it.
Red Bull disaster class, oh my lord, Verp is screaming. I would not be surprised if he's screaming.
See, just then, as you're seeing, I don't think TTV give him enough time or the space. Maybe he should have just feathered the brake a little bit, let Vixel through with no contest, because there was no space or time to react to the brakes. The brakes would have been way too hot, and that's why he flew off into the gravel. There's no chance he
Yeah,
was braking in time.
it
But
just wasn't
Vixel
really good
now,
teamwork
TTV,
there.
it looks like Vixel has now been given the orders for TTV
Oh,
to let him
Berger!
through.
Snap of oversteer, and Vixel's winning that DRS now.
Yeah, he is. And now the Red Bulls are going to be hunting the Ferrari for the podium place. Well, they are a 2-3. Ferrari finishing in 4th if it stays like this. 5 laps left now of Imola Tier 2. Very excited for Tier 1 tonight, but, well, Tier 1 tomorrow night. Hopefully we don't see that many penalties, Sam.
Yeah, I think.
It's tricky to say because Imola is a
Yeah,
tough track.
it is. But it's double the length as well, though, isn't it?
Exactly. It's this downhill part that catches everyone out in the chicane. This is the
Yeah.
worst part for track limits.
TTV is now out of DRS from Vixel. What's going on with TTV?
I'm not too sure. Maybe he's killed his tyres too much.
He's just back in it now. Though. I think Vixel's dropped back a little bit to let him back in. But Berger's got DRS. No, he hasn't. That's my bad. I
Jeddar's
think my
left a
game's
session.
bugging.
I think it might be. But Robe again, right in Boston. These penalties really letting her down.
I saw a bat mark and it was just like glitching. Are they going to go side by side into turn 1? Vixel just catches the back tire of Berger, but Berger keeps in position. And Vixel's into
in
the gravel. And
What's
TTV
going on?
overtakes him. What is happening at the Red Bull camp?
See, Red Bull are fast, but it's that consistency that lets them down. They just can't bring it home.
Yeah.
But again, it's well within that penalty of Berger. Like, Berger is got to be praying now for them to pick up another penalty. But Vixel must be close now. He must have had 2 warnings easily.
I mean, Jacob right now is just, just sitting back, put his feet up, cup of tea. Again, it's the same thing as Jeddah, isn't it? Everyone's battling behind him, and no one realises that Jacob's just got his feet up.
Exactly. It's like, the thing is, with SPR, if you get out of that DRS and you're clear in the lead, like if you get within, like, let's say 1.3 gap of P2 and you've gone, Look at CJM in Tier 1, or George, or yourself. Like, anyone in Tier 1, if they're 1.3 seconds ahead, it's over. Like, you're not catching them.
Yeah. And Road makes it 18 seconds.
At this point, Robe is dropping down to P7. No, P8.
TTV overtakes
We're going to
Berger.
P8. It's got to be a mistake by the Red Bulls for any those rear tyres now are screaming in the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Ollie Heath though, the Haas at the back, the last Haas to stay in P15 looks like he's gonna try and attempt on the Ghost. I think Evolved has lagged out. That is the AI. He's trying to catch up. Killer J sitting nicely up in the
Berger with
top
another
10.
3-second time penalty. His race is over. He's going to finish P4 now.
Yeah, that is definitely a P4. Our interviews on the undercut again. Yeah, interviews will always be on the undercut.
Why Berger? Why?
Maybe his rear tyres have just give up on him.
Yeah, but we see that from TTV. We've seen that from Vixel.
But the difference in time is just crazy. Like, not even the penalties. Like, I get people are spinning out in the gravel, but this is just insane. 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 14 seconds, 6 seconds, 4, 21, 32, 2, and then 1 minute 16.
Berger's back up to P2.
Red Bull's keeping it nice and clean. This is what Verbs must be telling them now. Is just keep it nice and clean.
Yeah, just do what you're doing. Stay there.
Whoever's in the lead, though, 21 seconds now for Killer J and the Mercedes.
I mean, it's a bad race today from the Mercedes.
It is. It's not gone their way today. Boston, though, has been having a great battle. Wheel to wheel now with Rob as he taps the wheels out and just gets sent on the inside. But these two have been fighting. Even with the penalties, it doesn't really take away how good the fighting's been between these
And
two.
why is Boston so eager?
I'm not too sure. But I think he just wants to beat her on track. I think Robe wants to beat Boston on track as well. I don't think either of them care about the penalties. It's all about how fast you are on track.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, if I beat someone on track and then I lost by penalty, I'd still take it away like, oh, I was faster anyway. Doesn't bother me.
You sort of were.
Do you know what I
When you
mean?
think about it, yeah.
Lewis Clark went
Berger
off course
retains that
today.
P2. TTV, oh, TTV nearly died.
Yeah, Red Bull needs to be careful here. They're very used to finishing races with a wheel hanging off and DNFing and heading to the pits with nothing. So they need to keep it clean. Just keep listening to Verb, finish the race nicely, get the 2-3.
Maybe
Ben,
there's a bit of ego between these two Red Bulls, PB.
maybe, we don't know what's
Who's
going
going to
on in
get the
that car.
podium?
But the same could be said with Fuel and Berger, like in Ferrari and Mercedes as well. But I think Mercedes are quite locked in. I think it is a Hamilton Bottas situation there. Like they
Yeah,
just
I
get
mean, who
on
wants
so
P2?
well.
Who wants P3? I mean, does it matter?
Exactly. But between the Red Bull now, who does want P2? Who does want P3? And I don't think. Well, Vert might be explaining in driver's standings like this lad needs to win. He's in the lead. He's got the most points. But I think it's going to be a multi-21 situation here, as we did see with Austin Martin in season 1, which was absolutely funny.
Yeah, and Vixel, once that position is fully burning, he saved it up to 100% ERS and he's looking for an overtake on TTV. He goes to the outside of TTV. He goes to the outside of Berger.
Oh, very risky.
Vixel, careful now, Vixel.
That was a good overtake. There's a Red Bull. It's gone.
Oh, and TTV. And that is Vixel's doing.
That is Red Bull once again fighting on track. This is Webber and Vettel all over again.
And that is Vixel hitting into Berger, and I think Berger then went into TTV. But I think TTV will still get the position.
He definitely will.
Off of Berger.
He definitely will. The penalties are way too much. But, you know, Bert was screaming. That was definitely Vixel's doing, sending him into the gravel like that.
Yeah.
And he's lucky He is completely lucky that Berger's got penalties. If he didn't, like, it's just over.
Can't
Fuel
with another
knocking
3
up.
seconds. Does that?
That was
And
just
Berger's got
crazy.
another 3 seconds. Jesus Christ, Berger. You keep on getting these chances, and then you go, oh, you know what?
But the stream also saying like that was awful from Vixel. I mean, it was way too risky. It could have been the end of both Red Bulls' race there. Like that was insane. They're just lucky they got away with it. Here we go, final lap. Jacob going to take P1, Vixel P2. It's a 2-3 for Red Bull. Berger, not his weekend, finishing P4. Still in the fight for the championship though. Hanzo finally picks up a penalty actually, but not going to be enough to overtake the lads at the top. He's going to finish in P5. Boston and Rowe bringing it down to the line.
Both
Absolutely.
McLarens finishing without penalties.
Both McLarens keep it very clear. Got to be happy with that.
Absolutely.
Because we're not counting Alpine because it was the AI. McLaren are the only team to keep it clean this weekend. But Robe now receiving those penalties, dropping down to P8. Still got points for VCARB. Killer J in P9. That's still points for Mercedes, both in the top 10. McLaren doing very well. That's a good debut. Like, what more can you ask for? You got points. Oh yeah, Sam, could you get the picture of the results if you can?
Yeah.
Nice one, fella. Surprising amount of action for Imola. It definitely was, mate. Unlucky Berger, not your weekend. And that's going to be it for Tier 2 SPR at Imola. That is it for this weekend. And then next weekend, where do we head off to? Because I have
Driver of the day for Keinfeld. Oh God.
I need to
Don't
have a
put me on
look.
the spot.
I know, we need to start doing this. But, you know. Round 4 is Zandvoort, which is going to be great.
God.
That's going to be good. I like Zandvoort.
Of course you do.
Here we go, guys. You can see your podium winners. But even though it was risky from Vixel, they still get a 2-3. Jacob, once again, that's 2 wins in a row for this lad. People just aren't understanding. If you're going to battle this, he's just going to take advantage of it. He's just going to run away with it. He's in his prime right now. Well, there we go. Well done to these guys. Brilliant race from Jacob this weekend. Great race from the Red Bulls. Vixel, I don't know what to say there, Sam. He just needs to keep it clean. I think he's just way too
like I
over.
said it earlier in the stream. I said try to get Vixel ahead of the pack because when it comes down to the last lap, he's the most desperate. He always acts like he's the most desperate, and he's going to do something stupid, and he ended up doing something stupid, but it didn't really ruin anyone's race that badly.
Yeah. Have you got the screenshot by the way? Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Awesome. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Yeah, Zandvoort for round 5. It's going to be. Hang on, no, it's round 4, isn't it?
Round 4.
Yeah, it's round 4. I'm too ill for this now. Couldn't do better than P11. Still a good drive. Unlucky on the penalties, everybody. It was a bit crazy this weekend. Was expecting less penalties. Some crucial points lost for Ferrari this weekend and Red Bull, and it's just nuts. Need to learn to keep it cleaner, but Imola is a tricky track. It's a true test of pushing your car to the limits. Really good race from McLaren driver Jacob again, and the new P2. Well, the new driver. I forgot his name. Oh yeah, Maciel. I don't. I'm just gonna call him Maurice at this point. But thank you everyone for watching SPR round 2. It's been absolutely brilliant. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Me or everyone else?
Everybody, have you enjoyed yourself, Sam?
PB, you know I have. This is the best part of the week. I come home from school, I go, a long week. Oh, but I'm commentating tonight, and it is the best thing. I get to sit in a stream with you, PB, talking to you for hours, and then we have about 40-45 people watching, talking to us, and we get to watch some entertaining racing while being extremely annoyed at the Ferrari drivers. I mean, I can't think of a better weekend.
I'm not annoyed at that. Like, my lads did the best they could. Like, they only got an hour of practice. Like, all I could say to my drivers in Ferrari is, you need more practice. You need to be practicing more, especially against you tier ones. Like, it needs to happen. It's got to be an hour here, like just another hour somewhere to put some practice in as a team. But
Yeah.
Couldn't do better than P11. Happens if you leave before the last car crosses the line. Why does it show real DNF? It's stupid because you can win and be classified as DNF. Yeah. But thank you everyone for your support tonight. If you followed, just lurked in the background, if you've subbed, you're helping us earn that partner with Twitch, as we desperately need to get there. Like, we're really close to getting it. We've done everything besides 75 concurrent viewers across 3 streams. We'll get there one day. We will. The comments for this race though is Haas has got to improve dramatically. Like, the gaps were a bit over the top as well.
But it's getting to the point now where everyone else is actually slowly improving and Haas is just staying there.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie shown dramatic improvements today, but he can only do so much. They need points. You need to get the strategy right. But Ollie's saying next week I'll be better than ever. I hope so, Ollie. You did a huge improvement. But GG's to the podium winners, Jacob, Vixel, and TTV. Really risky at the end from Vixel, nearly killing his teammate and himself. Imagine the scenes if he did that. Absolutely.
Oh my! Imagine Verb.
Yeah, no, Verb would stop being team president. I think Verb would have just somehow deleted the stream. Ollie did very well this weekend. Shadow, I know you're injured, but maybe Haas finds a reserve driver or something and just let Shadow have a month off or something to improve and just get himself better if he's got a torn ACL. But that's going to be it for SPR tonight. Thank you very much for everyone who's followed, subbed, watched and drove tonight. Tier 1 tomorrow, same time, 7 PM GMT. And we go back to Imola for round 4, Tier 1. Next week, Zandvoort for these drivers. Hopefully we see better performance out of Haas. Hopefully we see a better performance out of a lot of the bottom table. The gaps were too big today. We're seeing them do a lot better in Jeddah. But overall, great to see everyone turn up once again. We love it, don't we, Sam?
Yeah, we love every race. We love... Well, Imola's actually a really good track, isn't it? So
yeah,
I hope you're all there tomorrow. Support the stream, support your drivers. If you're new to the stream, just go join the Discord, and then you can, sign up, be whatever you want, do whatever you want, have some fun. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Absolutely, and don't forget, February the 9th is Le Mans. If you are on PC and do have Le Mans and want to sign up, just join the Discord server at the bottom and just make a driver ticket, and we'll sign you to a seat, as that is going to be a very good league to race in. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's a lot more skillful if you could get a P1 there than it is on F1 24. It's more of a driving sim, so it's going to be very entertaining with the night races and stormy weather. So thank you very much, guys. We're going to catch you later. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 PM. Have a good night. We love ya. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Get out of here. Oh.